Vineland Police, operator 9230.
Yeah, this is Teresa Lockwood. I called earlier, and I was basically hung up on by Riley. He has falsified reports about concerning me in the past. Refused to take my complaint about me making a complaint against a violent assault by a number of people. Refused to take my complaint, but accepts a complaint for somebody who falsified a complaint against me to cover up them violently assaulting me.
Okay.
So, yeah, apparently they'll accept false complaints as long as they're slandering me because I don't believe in child rape, okay, and the evil lie that Jesus is God. Or, that's all they're going to do, just refuse my rights. They don't have a right to refuse my complaint. I think it's funny I'm being violently assaulted because I don't believe in child rape.
Okay. Do you want to speak?
I'm being terrorized by police also. Refusing my rights because I'm an intelligent white woman. I'm being targeted also by misogynistic white males. And degenerate females. I have a right to speak to an intelligent, basic common sense, lawful officer who's going to respect my rights and practice law. Apparently, they don't know how to apply the law.
Right. Well, who do you want to speak to, Teresa?
I tried to make a complaint twice. Bender refused to take my complaint. Riley refused to take my complaint. And even though I told him it's on surveillance, he's like, oh, they don't have surveillance. I'm sure they don't now after they delete it and destroy evidence. So there's evidence on video of this assault. But somebody can make a false complaint against me to cover it up and lie. Oh, because they're a whore.
Okay, so who do you want to speak to, Teresa?
I need somebody that respects the law and is a legitimate law enforcement officer that respects my rights and the law.
Okay, you did speak to two legitimate.
They're not taking my complaint, even though I have evidence.
Okay, so who do you want to speak to?
And they're lying. They're manipulating me and harassing me.
Teresa, who do you want to speak to?
It's not who I want to speak to. I would need somebody to take my complaint. Somebody who's going to respect my rights and take my complaint.
All right, hold on.
They're terrorizing me because of my ministry, because I speak against child rape and child sexual abuse. They've been terrorizing me for 30 years and threatening my life and telling me to keep my mouth shut. If I don't keep my mouth shut, I'm going to wipe dead. This is what police told me. Police having these people sit there and terrorize me. I had a Muslim terrorist almost break my neck for a woman assaulting me because I'm trying to get medical treatment for a blood clot. They think it's funny. They're basically, it is murder if I die because they willfully refused me medical treatment and basically refused me my rights all over the place or whatever because I'm religious. That means righteous. That means of the laws of justice. Not what these other people falsely call religion. There's only one identifying thing in the Bible about religion, and that's basically, anything that is right. That's what basically is interpreted rightly by our Constitution. That's the only thing that the Constitution protects, is anything that is right. That's the only thing that is identified as what religion is. Protects life, preserves life, and comes against anything that violates that. Against anything that is wrongdoing. Nowhere in our Constitution or anything there's this bogus right that basically protects any wrongdoing whatsoever. I think First Amendment right, the protection of your religious rights is anything that is right. Only. It's confirmed what a religion can only be in our Constitution, First Amendment. There's no right to actually do wrong to anyone. That is protected. And these corrupt criminal officers violating my rights and persecuting me, committing heinous crimes against me. They're basically attacking law enforcement while they're attacking me. They're terrorizing me for speaking against violence. And accepts any lie that anybody falsely accuses me of. They'll be willing to take that false complaint. But even though there's evidence against it that they're lying.
Lisa?
Yeah?
Okay, I'm sorry I had to put you on hold here.
So fine.
All right, so you did speak to the officer already?
They hung up on me and made up a lie and said there's no surveillance in the hospital where I went for a blood clot. And I have a large blood clot in my leg, which is dangerous and hazardous to my health. I could die. And they refused me medical treatment for that. Police informing them and to basically refuse me medical treatment, colluding with police, and had me assaulted. Okay, and basically assaulted by other people for me being assaulted. And it's on surveillance, and they falsely accused me of assaulting them, which I did not do. It's all on surveillance, and there's evidence. And Riley made up a lie, just delusionally made it up and said, oh, there's no surveillance. Oh, yes, there is. That whole place is surveillance. But he's sitting there covering up, obstructing justice. He's committing a crime of obstructing justice. And basically refusing me my rights and refusing me to make a complaint against basically me being assaulted. But they accepted a false complaint against me being falsely accused, of assaulting when I did no such thing. And it's all on surveillance and there's evidence. And they are basically, what are they going to do? Destroy the evidence like they always do? This is why they're targeting and persecuting me, to get rid and destroy the evidence.
Officer Riley says he is investigating it, okay?
No, Riley hung up on me. Riley hung up on me and falsely said, oh, there's no surveillance. So he's manipulating. He's already obstructed justice, and he's obstructed justice before because he has falsified reports on me. So did Bender in the past for me being a victim of crime. I don't know specifically which one and which person what, but domestic violence. And I remember, I'm trying to think, I think Bender was like a year or two ago or whatever. I remember his name somewhere. Or maybe a little bit after that, I'm not sure, but I remember both their names, and they both obstructed justice and refused me to make a complaint or whatever, and police are targeting me and basically having people commit violent acts against me and threatening my life. I had somebody almost snap my neck and shove my head down to sit there and try to snap my neck.
Okay, and when did that happen?
That was in the hospital when I was assaulted, and this woman grabbed my arm, so I pulled away from her and sat on the ground or whatever, away from her because she was assaulting me or whatever, and then she called security, and they violently tied me up while she assaulted me. Okay, and then this security guard who was a Muslim or whatever sat there and pushed and shoved my head down trying to snap my neck. It's all on surveillance.
Lisa, okay, hold on.
She falsely accused me of spitting on her. When they all left the room, I spit, and that's on video. There's nobody in the room. Sorry. And that's all on surveillance. And that was after they assaulted me like 3 or 4 times. Because I was assaulted because I needed medical treatment. I did nothing wrong. Nothing. I tried to protect myself from her assaulting me. She grabbed me and dug her hands into my arm to harm me. Like, police are basically telling people they're little prostitutes or whatever, and they're corrupt people. They have basically in that, and it's for their doctors are corrupt. Their doctors have refused me medical treatment. Totally refused me medical treatment when I had serious conditions. I have a life-threatening condition of having a blood clot in my leg. It's been there for a few years, but it's getting worse. And my calf is in a lot of pain, and it's throbbing like it's boom, 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 boom. Like it hurts really bad. I bought a massager for it, did all kinds of things, I massage it or whatever, but it's getting worse. And it's big. I can feel it. And I'm scared. And I called the doctor a couple of days before and they told me to go to the hospital. I could not go. I was trying to figure out how to get to the hospital. So then I had an incident where I had no mobility in my right hand on the left two fingers all the way down and having excruciating pain or whatever because I cut myself with a piece of glass. I didn't know there was a piece of glass in it, but I had possible blood poisoning because I had a red line going down from my finger or whatever and down. So I was basically going to go to the hospital to have that checked out for blood poisoning, or if there's a glass in there. Excuse me. And apparently I have a glass in there. It's still in there. I can feel it. I didn't feel it at the time. So I was like seeing there's glass in there. Couldn't feel it. But I was in extraordinary pain.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, hon. I spoke to my sergeant, and he said we can have a different officer give you a call about this, okay?
Okay. This is the thing. I have a right to make a complaint. They don't have a right to refuse. These are heinous crimes. Like somebody almost snapped my neck.
Okay. All right, dear. We're going to have an officer give you a call, okay?
And I'm being refused medical treatment for having a serious condition of life-threatening condition of a blood clot in my leg.
Do you want an ambulance?
I don't because I'm scared to go to the hospital because I was assaulted at the hospital.
All right. Well, Teresa, I'm going to have an officer call you. The officer I'm going to have take care of this is on another call as a backup unit.
Okay.
If she clears, she'll give you a call, okay?
All right. I'll call my doctor about the leg. I mean, I'm going to have to eventually go, but I don't know what to do. Like, I mean, this is I'm being terrorized in the hospital by police.
I can.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Like, all the way around. I'm scared to go to the hospital. I'm scared of the blood clot. I'm scared.
All right. Well, I can send you an ambulance.
I know. And plus, I can't just leave my husband. That's why it took me a couple days for the blood clot. Since I called my doctor to go to the hospital, but then I had another condition that was like just very serious and very painful. So, it's now like I'm scared to go to the hospital.
No, I understand.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I'm upset. This is upsetting. I'm scared. So that's where I'm at. It's this terrible thing that I have to endure all this.
Well, I'll have the officer call you, okay?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness.
No problem.
All right, thank you. Bye.